What is happening, crew? We got the captain back on the boat. We got the B-man in office. We're ready to talk about some cool stuff and love on you guys. How we doing today, crew? How are you all doing? Tony, Mike, Crypto AI, Slave. So good to have you.
Slave is in the house.
We love you, brother. Thank you for being such a big part of our show and such a big supporter of Simon and Melissa. That it means a lot to us, and it's really cool for us to network more together with them, and then see you guys over there too. It's really cool.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. I don't see anybody in, Brent.
Well, yeah, that's weird.
Can you guys hear us? Give us a 5x5 thumbs up. I don't see anybody in the chat. I see everybody in the chat. I don't see us on the live.
Yeah, I don't either. That's weird. We're running, Dad.
What's that?
I see that. Yeah, I see the chat. Can you guys hear us?
It says "Let's go live, crew," so maybe they can't. That's odd.
That is odd.
You want to start it over, Brent? Maybe.
Yeah, do we have to recreate the link?
I guess. It looks like it.
Oh, man. Let me try to troubleshoot it real fast.
Okay. Meanwhile, those of you who may or may not be able to hear us, yeah, it's electronics. There's always going to be something technical difficulties, is what Slave said. I don't know what that means. That might have been in relation to something else. Yeah, I don't think they're not getting what we're. What's that?
Oh, we got him. We got him. I got 16 live. Hey, everybody!
There we go.
Technology. It's not going to be perfect, everybody. It's not going to be perfect. Choose your blockchains well, everyone.
That's right. Where's the AI when we needed the damn thing?
Hey, thanks, Stacking. Okay, we see y'all now.
All right, cool, guys. Hey,
Slave. If you didn't hear all that, Slave, we were just sending you praise. Thank you for supporting us and Simon and Melissa. And we love seeing your comments and your presence in here with us.
Yeah.
We got Patty McCracken in the house, live from Denver. What's up, bro? Go Nuggets.
Yeah.
Perfect is boring, Jacob. Agreed.
Jacob's Ladders. Wow, such a great name.
First time tuning in. What's up, Jay? Cheers from Canada. Cheers to you.
Simon's thinking about Vegas.
Oh, Simon. We're gonna be roomies in Vegas, bro. That is just all kinds of trouble written all over that. Good trouble.
Is that Jay Mr. Man by any chance? I can't see the picture real well. It looks like it might be a Spider-Man mask of some sort.
Yeah, Spider-Man with sunglasses. Is that you, Mr. Man?
Is that you, Mr. Man? Because I know he lives in Canada. If it is, a privilege to have you in here, brother. Nobody does harder and more diligent research than Mr. Man. If you guys haven't checked into his material about XRP and the whole ISO, all the ISO workings in and out globally.
Just did a video with Melissa last week. Go check that out, everybody.
Yes. We're speaking of, I'm going to be on Dipito Live as a guest host, helping Melissa fill in the giant shoes of Simon. So, so it'll be fun. Kata and myself, I believe, and Melissa will be live on Wednesday night on the Dip a Toe program. So look for it Wednesday night. I'm probably going to shoot a video today or tomorrow for a release on Wednesday morning that will have a link to the show on it as well. So that'd be fun. An hour or two of just shooting the breeze with those guys.
I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, it should be good.
We want to talk to you all about all sorts of good stuff today. I'm gonna read. Why don't we start here, Dad?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna read a loose definition on capital. Capital is the accumulated possessions calculated to bring in income. Accumulated assets, resources, sources of strength, or advantages utilized to aid in accomplishing an end or furthering a pursuit. Now, if that doesn't sound like what we're trying to do with all this, I just don't know what else is.
Covers it.
Dad and I were talking on the phone this morning, and we kind of got into creating our own form of capitalism, individually. And, beyond just the big words like freedom and all that, I think it's about playing this old chess game where it's not like chess. It's life's far more complicated. And to play this game the right way, and I'm going to do a Patreon on this later today, but getting into that multi-layer game that, while we wait for crypto go boom, make us money, lots of money, really good time, let's kick it on our boat. Us growing those appendages and getting visions of our life, of what we want and how we want to properly manage our capital, manage our assets, and play the game the way it should be played. Play it our way. We're all here to create and get it done for ourselves. A lot of us, it's just we're on our own with this. And that's what's so cool about having a community and having a dad like I have, but like all of my parents, is that we've formed this link and we want to do it right and we want to do it together. And I know it's so fun hearing what all my parents have cooking up for the show and what I want to do, because we want to keep bringing you all those gold nuggets as much as possible. And we're going to do that in a big way in the future here with this channel. And I'm pumped on that. What do you got on all that, Dad?
Yeah, it's all great overview of exactly who we all are. I think that's why almost all of us got into crypto. Many of us started with precious metals or honest money or, Austrian economics of some degree, and wanted to find a better system. It's almost always felt like the system was rigged against us all. So we were all looking for a common ground to find a group to say, hey, we know banking creates money out of nowhere now. We've educated ourselves that. So what do we do about it? So where do we go now? Well, I want to form a posse, if you will, a group of people around me who are like-minded, who aren't just the world's going to end tomorrow because the money's crashing and we can't afford the debt and blah, blah, blah. I wanted somebody who's going to see a way out of this. How do we get out of this thing? How do we use each other's skills, technical and otherwise, to create a better system, or a system that can work parallel with the other one that will benefit us more than just system? And it's just so simple, right? Like, what a concept. People can be in control of their own money after they've paid all their dues, paid all their taxes, paid the insurance, bought the mortgage payment. All the bills are done. I have $100 left. Can it just be mine? Can I just make that what I want to do with it without somebody else intruding? And that's really, I think, how most of us got here. And then we formed little groups and little, again, posses of people that believe like-mindedly, as honestly as that group can be. You find other like-minded people, and that's really what we've done. And where we found each other was through a coin or through a network of people or a broadcasting like this one. So it's fun because I get to meet people. Even just on chat, I can tell who these people's hearts are and where their mind and their soul lays, and it's really fun. The comments we get, I got to tell you, oh, this is hilarious. I get a lot of comments, and trust me, guys, I try to read all of them, right, with my videos. This guy says, "Grandpa, you clearly need to get a hobby, dude." I'm just like literally spit my coffee all over my phone as I'm reading this guy's comment. And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, right? I thought this was my hobby, man. I don't know what he didn't see the show. Like he missed everything. And you just want to grab him and go, dude, you don't like me? Oh, damn it. Oh, well, you know, it's like, you must have missed what I was trying to say. No, man, he's entitled to not resonate with anything I say and go on with his own journey. Yeah, I wish him well.
And so many of those comments too, you know, where you read it and you're like, oh no, that's total sarcasm. They're just being totally sarcastic right now, you know, and they're so dug into this pit like we are that it's like, dude, we're gonna climb out together, man. This is the call, everybody. This is the call to the crew. I was just watching Mark Moss, who I love, and he said, "Don't be a pawn in their game." Like Simon just said, it's a very old system. It's a very old game. Don't be a pawn in it. Be a player. And everybody we talk to, and everybody in this chat, I know we're all ready to be players in this thing. I'm not giving up. Are you giving up, Dad?
No.
And I will not give in either to the negativity and the closed-mindedness that would have trapped me as a younger person. You know, I like, that's part of growing that appendage of who I am and what I want, and having a vision and a plan of it. To be smart enough to put the time and energy in to pursue it and do it now.
Yeah.
You know, before the bull run hits or before the show gets any bigger or any of it, it's like, what do I want to build? You know, how do I want to make this whole thing stronger?
Yeah. And this whole thing
calling for you and I to have a show like this to be able to do that and encourage people in that.
Yeah. This whole thing's bigger than I am. It's bigger than any one of us. It's so much more. It's one of those points that I try and emphasize on virtually every show. It's like, this is all up to us. This is for us. We get to do this. We get to be part of the future revolution of money. And if you get that, you understand how big that is. Like, I know there's people. I just got my haircut yesterday, right? And I'm talking to my barber. And I'm talking to my barber, and she's always we talk. What are you doing now? Where are you going? What are you doing next? What's happening? How's the farm? Sweet heart of a lady. And I never talk crypto with her, ever. And I mentioned, well, I'm going to, she's like, well, why are you getting your hair cut? You know, you just got it cut like a week or two ago. Oh, well, I'm going to a show in Vegas. Oh, cool. What show are you going to see? And I'm like, how do I explain the XRP show to her? You know, like, that's longer than a haircut conversation. And I said, well, there's this thing kind of like Bitcoin. You know what Bitcoin is? And she looks at me and she goes, oh, yeah. I knew a guy because she lives in Mexico.
Mhm.
Where I live is right on the border here, or where my boat is. So like, she's like, oh yeah, I know a guy. Yeah, one of my neighbors, he lost everything. And I was just like, oh, well, that pretty much ends that conversation right about there. She's like, oh, is that still around? Like, those are the people that need the planting. They're the people that can most benefit from this. She has 3 kids. She works 6 days a week cutting hair. Like, what? Like, you're the one I want to grab by the collar and go, buy XRP yesterday. What are you doing? This tip I'm giving you, I should just open a wallet for her and just make sure she gets XRP every tip. Like, but anyway, you know, you can't, we just can't. I wish we could.
This
Look how
one's
many cool people
man.
in the chat we have.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at this comment, everybody.
What do we got?
This
Oh,
is
slave.
high. This is high level, slave. That's
Okay.
what I'm talking about. Imagine if we could all put 25 to 30% of our earnings when everything's done and start a worldwide foundation to help people with billions and billions of dollars to help. That's one of the
That's the
angles
kind of,
I don't think we all discuss enough.
yeah.
Having a big enough vision for what we all do together, and individually, to be able to do things like that. Huge.
Slave is a man or person who clearly, obviously gets the big picture here. Gets it. Like, I'll never forget this. This is 2018 now. Okay, a long time ago in crypto space. And the Argentina, I think it was Argentina, was going to the IMF, and they wanted I don't know, hundreds of billions of dollars in a loan. And I think I even talked to you about this, Brand, way back then. And I said, if Argentina was smart, they would take $100 billion from these people and buy Bitcoin with it. Right stinking now.
Right, meow.
Right now.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, 600% since then, maybe more from that.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at, they could have taken, I don't know, $800 billion and turn it into $4 or $5 trillion. Like, that's the kind of math that people can't deny anymore. They can't look at it and just go, oh, well, that's just a flash in the pan. They should have done that with their money, but they didn't. What they do, they kept playing the IMF game, and they kept playing kick the can down the road, just keep printing and keep making their people more poor. And it's sad, but that's the reality of what fiat money does in the current system that it's in. But the thinking of people like XRP Slave and the rest of us in this group who want better for more, we're not accepting that any longer. We need more than that. We need more from that. You people claim to be our leaders. You claim to be the smartest people in the room, and you gather the smartest minds and come up with these committees, and that's your answer. That's the best you can do. Is more fiat? No, that's wrong. It's not working. Like, how many times can you do the same thing and not call yourself stupid? Right?
Mm-hmm. No, we're not insane.
No. We're not the definition of. Yeah. Becky in the house. Love you, girl.
Becky, what up, OG? You running OG macro player. Can't wait to watch more of your videos, bro.
H versus M. Nice. All right.
We're doing good, H versus M. Thanks.
Yeah, we are.
We got Brandon Dad in here. Thanks for loving on the show. Appreciate
Johnny
you.
D Wade. Becky making meatloaf.
Woo, I love it.
Get adjusted to the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Dad was saying, why are we going to put ourselves through this? Why have we, I was just talking to Ross earlier. This is the long game. This thing's the long game. And why are we trying to build these other appendages? Why are we putting ourselves through this? Why are we playing the long game? Let's just look at fees and taxes and what that's turned, government and currency into. And a word my dad brings up to me ever so often, and it is so important. It was the word I think I chewed on the most when we started the channel, Dad, was deflation. To be invested in a deflationary technology that is going to be a better storage of our value and wealth, what we put the time in to work for, to have tradable currency or tradable assets. The fees and taxes game and the inflation game is a war we're not going to win. So the battles that we must fight are the heady ones, where we're looking at deflationary assets. We're looking at things that actually have real value. And part of our conversation with each other today was about, all this, the news with the Ripple stablecoin, and, we're talking about other stuff, talking about Tether, and and I had to stop one of my friends a couple years ago on this. She ran out. She's like, Brent, I bought a bunch of Tether, man. I went out and I did it. I'm like, whoa, what? Tether. Stable coins are that invaluable tool that had to come along for us to be able to transition. And it's going to be a very invaluable way for us to not just go crypto to bank in the future.
That's right.
That's thing that my dad put in my brain, and it's now I'm just hamster wheeling it, because it's like, okay, that's part of avoiding making no money and leaving your money in a bank or a stable coin. You're potentially victim to whatever the dollar does, or whatever that company is that created it. And so
that's right.
And so it's a transition mechanism for us. It's not an investment.
No.
I thought that was such a good point today, Dad.
Yeah, that's really what my video yesterday was about. I had a really good question by Stacking Surfer, who's again a guy we met back at the convention. I saw an interview you did the other day, brother. It was really good. He's obviously more of a precious metals guy, and his question was, why XRP over Bitcoin? And I'm going to go big picture on this one. So forgive me if it doesn't resonate with any of you, but this is exactly how I approach this. Bitcoin, okay. The current system that we have is run by clearly the IMF, BIS, and the people who created the entire money-back system back in the 40s that we currently have, but actually from 1913 as well. But that system was based on trust, and they've ruined all that trust, as we all know. But those people, central banking systems, in particular the IMF, okay, they believe more, in my opinion, in XRP. Those banking institutions, if they are to do a reset and start over again with the old system, only updated, reset, new system, okay, and if we're not going to go basically Mad Max silver coin world, and if we're not going to go Mad Max world, Bitcoin and silver, outside of the system, the entire banking system falls apart and it loses all credibility. Nobody ever wants to use the IMF again. Nobody ever wants to have a central banking again. Trust me, I'm in favor of a lot of that. But that if that doesn't fail that hard, that crash, like many people will tell you is going to happen, if that doesn't happen and the powers that be control the future of digital money, the success coin, in my opinion, is going to be XRP. And then there's the other math, which is it's two for a buck, right? So a lot of people feel like they've already missed out on the Bitcoin train. It's already left the station for them, and they're not going to be able to catch up. It's too expensive. They can't think in Satoshis yet. They will one day, but and they're not. It's really hard to teach people under the age of 20 that they need to buy silver. But as you know, Stacker, as well as I do, I think they should own some of it. In particular, if they've got some extra cash laying around, if you don't own a couple of silver coins, I'm advising that that's $30 now that you should invest. You should at least have a couple of those laying around. I'm not saying that we're ever going to go the Venezuela route, but people were eating for months on 1 silver ounce. I mean, that's important. That's history. That happened. That's happened through 5,000 years. And if you don't have a couple of those laying around, and we do go Mad Max world in that situation, boy, you're going to be glad you got a couple of those. Do I think it's the future answer? No. Do I think Bitcoin's ever going to be a currency of the planet going forward? I really don't. I don't. Because I don't think the banking system is ever going to give up that much reign over man. They're going to find another way to, like I say, whack-a-mole and start over again some other way and reinvent themselves and find control over time. So therefore, ISO is going to be the coins you're going to want to be in.
Yep.
Hope that explained it. Let's see.
XRP Peaky is back in the house, Dad.
Peaky is back in the house.
Peaky is back. V2. Okay, version 2. Bigger and better than ever. Brother, yes. I've really enjoyed getting to know you, man, and I cannot wait to further that friendship with you. I already think the world of you, man, and to have your voice in our community and in this chat is huge. It's huge.
Peaky jumped on our show way early, I want to say, and had always some of the best comments. And I always tried to, react to a lot of his comments in our chat below our videos. And then something happened. I don't know whether it was this old grandpa hit delete on his account. I don't think so. I don't delete people's accounts, even the bad ones. I don't filter any of that. We do have another Joanna's in the house earlier, I noticed. She didn't do it, and Brent didn't do it. So we don't know what happened. I do know this. There's a place I can look in my back office of YouTube, and it will show all the comments that YouTube deleted. Not us. Okay, so they do that, right? Just so you guys know. Yeah. No, yeah. If your comment gets deleted, it doesn't mean we did it. It means they did it for a lot of whatever their reasons are. Bad reasons, mostly. I don't believe in any of it. I believe in freedom of speech, period. I don't care if you like or dislike what the person said. You don't have to listen to it. It's pretty simple, right? Yeah.
You get spicy on the chat here. You get the spicy award, which is actually kind of high honors, I would say.
It is.
Because it means you're really going out on the edge. And golly, we like that.
And my least favorite people, and I'm not trying to categorize, but I guess I am, are people who are trying to be normal all the time. No, man, be yourself. I like variety. I like different people. I like people to come up to me and freely walk up to me and go, dude, there's Martians, right? I'm like, yeah, man. Okay. What do you got? What do you got, man? Are they related to Bigfoot? Sure. I'm game. What are you sharing with us?
Yeah.
Those are the people I dig. Yeah.
Yeah. single cell, multi-cell amoebas. Okay, that's done deal. Okay, we know all that. Okay, I'm talking squirrels now. Okay,
Right.
I'm talking squirrel-like creatures walking on the red planet.
That's right.
Uh,
Yeah. And we're descendants of it. Got it. I'm good. Cool.
mhm, mhm. Can't
Yeah.
wait to have some of those in Vegas. Can't wait. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Uh,
They just Ripple price after IPO. They keep putting that date out. Uh, you know, ZX Gamer. They keep pushing that date out, which thank God they keep giving us time to get in. And I heard somebody tell me the other day they ended up doubling their bag over the last 2 years because of the court case. Remember how important that is, guys. Remember how many people, little people like you and I, got in with a bigger bag because of that. How cool is that? That we all look at that court case like it was a black eye. It was an opportunity for a lot of people. Yeah,
oh yeah, it brought awareness to the entire thing.
it did. Yeah, and they succeeded in a lot of
There's
ways.
no such thing as bad publicity. Unable to pronunciate today.
Yeah,
There really
that
isn't.
was easy. That was easy for you to say.
I mean, unless you're like Scam Bankman or something, there's really no, there's a
No.
few things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sean, glad we both survived. We were up talking till 1:30 my time, which is about 4:30 Sean's time last night. Going on all sorts of good stuff, man. I love it. I love that we kind of approach our life in different but like very similar angles. And that's the fun part too. It's like
Yeah.
I love talking about Martians too.
Yeah.
It's not a thing, but I dig it. And and yeah, Sean reminds me of some of my very favorite people I've ever had in my life that just got fire, man. And they're going to climb the wall, they're going to punch through it, or they already have, and I think with a lot of us, we already have. We've punched through
Yeah.
a lot of, mental and spiritual and economic blocks and walls in our life. And now
Yeah.
we're kind of on this other side and we're like, okay, well, when's it going to happen? Um, it's player time, everybody. Let's make it happen. Let's
Right.
make it happen.
Right.
Let's not get stuck in the mud.
No.
There's just so much mud that has always existed in society and economics and politics and all that.
Right.
I'm
Right.
so proud of us, Dad, that we don't harp on those things on the channel because it's just we got to become solution minded.
Yeah.
There's plenty of problems day to day,
Yeah.
but it's going to be fun finding those solutions with all of you.
That's right.
Expand.
Alchemist just posted a couple things, and he's been around forever. Brilliant mind. Yeah, silver, gold, Bitcoin. Good on you, bro. I think in your lifetime, in our lifetimes, you're going to wish that you had put maybe even 1% of that money in XRP. That's just my opinion, because I believe in the other three as well. But I will tell you that comparing the price of gold to XRP right now is a mistake. It just is. There's like, let's talk the last 15 years. XRP crushed gold, even at 60 cents. It crushed it. Okay, so you can't look at last week or this month and tell me, well, has been a better investment. No, it hasn't. It really hasn't. And all you need to do is do yourself a favor and look at the M2 chart, M2 money supply, and compare that to gold over the last 15 years. It's above it, but not by much. Not by much, brother. So, and don't get me wrong, gold's an incredible investment going forward. I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but do I think you're going to outpace XRP over the next decade? No. I don't think so. Even if gold went to 50 grand, it's not going to, in my opinion. Yeah. Because even if XRP, right, goes to what I think it's going to go in this next little move, is $15. That's what, 30x, over 30 times. Just saying, that's would be $60,000 gold at today's current price, roughly, right? So I'm just saying, 1 or 2% of your portfolio isn't going to hurt you, even if you're wrong. That's all I got to say about that.
Made me think of the legs that this thing's going to have. When XRP does a 30x, it is unlike the past. Is all of that?
Yeah.
All of those funds just going to run back out. And I think for people like us, we're like my dad and I talk mostly. It's like, well, I'll look at 30%. Maybe I want to take 30%, something like that, and pay the house off, do everything I want to do, yada yada.
Sure.
But then on top of that, all the institutional investors who are going to create ETFs and other products by using it, the transferring of money globally. Is it going to be that thing where it just keeps building? I see more
That's
of that
right.
happening to this
Yeah.
rather than this giant. Maybe this is kind of into volatility for it. There will always be price volatility, of course, but I don't think we're going to be seeing 49 cents very much longer. I just don't.
No.
They've built too much infrastructure. They got too much going on. It's just it looks like it's like on your point with Bitcoin Dad. It just looks like the chosen one now. And Bitcoin, great storage of wealth. Okay, that's going to be the Dallas Cowboys for a lot of people. But even that, it's like, we're seeing it being exchanged for goods and services, and we're seeing it, like, just saw it in Costa Rica. We've seen it in El Salvador. We've seen it in some other countries be used. But when that thing goes supersonic too, it's just not. It's not transaction. And we got things coming along like, somebody asked last week, just the differences between blockchains. We've got, your prototypical ASIC blockchain. I just wrote down distributed ledger technology, communicate via peer-to-peer network. The blocks or records, however you want to look at it, are immutable. So typical. And then you've got something coming along like Hashgraph, which is a great advancement, a different language and structure and how it's created, to increase speed and transactions, and then also still maintain, and in some research now, it's like an even higher rate of security than trying to accomplish that, even in a greater way that proof of work or proof of stake can do. And that's that's my vision for investing in this now. I've mentioned it on the show, but we're invested in these things now, and this XRP is one. I'm sure we all will be. Same with the ISO coins and other cool projects like Terra HBAR. But down the road, when these companies build these blockchains and really bridge the gap, technologically, and bring it all together, I want to have some funds set aside just to further invest into the next waves, if expands.
That's right.
And this isn't just the next bull run for me. We've all been through enough of them now that I'm not looking at it that way anymore, Dad. It is the long game. It's the long game, and I want to be a player in it.
That's right. Yeah.
So how do I keep growing? How do I keep researching these things? Keep that joy and passion up for it. Keep those light bulbs coming on. And that's, I think that's how you attack, research, stay interested in anything. you keep growing with
Oh, it
it.
is.
You
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Three shows just like this one and hundreds of others. Everybody, we share information and we get, whether you or not you believe in it, vibrationally, we all connect and it all starts to make sense. And then it becomes more norm in the normal society. And then it blows up into what's next. What is next? Well, the next for money is a massive change. And it takes forever for that to occur. But somebody said, they commented on what you said there, Brent.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when XRP goes to $5 and everybody sells? Isn't that going to drop the price? You have to remember, when something goes from 50 cents to $5, you have that little acronym that we all love, and it's called FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is other companies and corporations are going, we're going to need this coin going forward for banking. And we could have bought it at 50 cents. And why aren't we? Let's buy it at $5 before it gets to 10. And that stair steps the whole way up. And I'm not trying to point anybody out here, but that's small time thinking. Big investment companies won't get in at 50 cents. I'm just telling you, they don't need to make 30x on their money. They want to know that the pool is big enough. They want to know that this asset is the asset they want. And it has to have the financial pool of wealth in it for them to invest in it. And that's a really big factor that a lot of people, don't take in a bull market. Yeah,
exactly. Like in my mind, it's like I'd be a tool to sell all of my XRP after the next run. It's like, well, there's just going to be more and more liquidity flowing to it. Exactly what you just said, Dad. It just makes me think of adoption. And I think Sean sent me this. Yeah, Sean sent us the map. If you want to check out Ashley Prosper X. She came out with a like an XRP map. A global map that you can look at and click on the dots and actually see who's applied where it's all going to be set up, and get an idea of the adoption that's coming for it. And the adoption that's coming for it is, I can't see us all selling it all. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, she's one of the people at Vegas that I would love to be able to get to meet, but I'm sure she's going to be really busy. But Ashley is one of the people that is making a huge difference in not just XRP, but the crypto space. And we don't have lobbyists, right? So we need people, right, to push crypto in every form that we possibly can. And that's one of the things I really urge on this channel is I don't care what coin you love. I love you. That's cool. Because all of us need to be in this together. And you can even like a meme coin. And I hope you get filthy rich with it. I really do. Because it's just going to draw more and more and more people to the reality of what crypto can be, which is honesty and wealth for all people. Not just the people who have the access to the behind the curtain of Oz to where the money's printed from. So, yeah.
Yep.
Ashley is, yes, I believe she is an attorney. I won't hold that against her. Not all attorneys are bad. I have one that I dearly love.
So many good comments. Thank you, crew.
Yep.
I feel like, man, there's such a good one in here. Oh, Keith, chicken fries.
Not going to Vegas?
Chicken fries, Keith. Go big. Go big. Sunday.
Don says Ashley's not going. Last I heard she was going to be there. Huh. By the way, anybody who's into silver or precious metals, check out Stacking Surfer's channel. He brings a perspective that I love. I've only seen 3 or 4 of his shows, and every one of them I was like, why I've already subscribed to him, but why don't I watch more of his material? Really good. He did an interview with a gal, I want to say she was from Canada, a blonde gal. Really good show. I was like, wow, look at that. I love it. So a really good show, and I got to barely meet him in person. Unfortunately, he was having a conversation with somebody else, and I just butted into the conversation, to be honest. But he's a guy that I'd like to spend some time checking more of his material out. If you're into precious metals, he's really knowledgeable.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whitney, don't know anything about the Mickey meme token. I'll write it down, check it out. Interested. Is it Disney? Just
Mickey.
Curious. Mickey, is it good blockchain? Does it have good fundamentals? Are people going to adopt it and use it? That's what I would look at first.
Brittany, have a great day, girl.
Nice. Good to see you, Brittany. Jen's
That's
in
terrible.
the house.
Is she coming to Vegas? I can't remember if she's coming to Vegas.
We gotta hang. All of you, get a hold of us.
Yeah.
We go to Vegas to kick it with you.
Right. Brent, can we? She just asked if we could put a link in the show notes, maybe.
For the Thursday
show
party, or for actually.
I know where you can find it. Actually, Whitney. I think it was Whitney, right? In our Twitter, in our X, you can find it. It's been posted. The dates and the times of our party in Vegas. Yeah, please attend, Whitney. That'd be awesome.
Can't wait to meet you, Whitney.
Yep.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, and she's clearly a dog lover, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Disney, yeah, I've heard of the coin. It's a meme coin again, right?
Yeah.
I'm not anti-meme coin at all, guys. I've owned a few, and yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah. couple of home run balls in the bag. Come on.
Right.
Get a couple juicers in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought about this, Sean. I've thought about that, man. I literally was sitting on my couch thinking about it like 5 days ago. Alan and Brent, how about we all just cut to the chase here? How about we just get down to brass tacks and start the crew coin, pump the hell out of it, and sail into the sunset, baby. Yeah. I know we can't. Okay. I know we could. I know we could.
Remember, that's coming from a man who's drinking on the beach currently. Mm-hmm. So hopefully. Let's just, yeah. Not that I have an issue with that. In fact, that's one of my biggest gripes about the state I live in. It's illegal to drink alcohol on the beach in the state of California.
It is one of my dad's biggest gripes in life.
I don't even understand, it's beyond me how anybody I know this, nobody voted for it. You can't tell me the majority of the people voted for that. That's impossible. Yeah.
The Atlantic Ed, McCaleb, and Velo is on the radar.
Jeb and Caleb? Oh, yeah. You got to research Jeb. Jed, sorry. It's not Jeb. It's Jed, right? Yeah. Yeah, he's the creator of both XRP, part, and XLM. And I always get a hard time. I still call it Stellar Lumens every now and then. It's XLM. And call it Stellar. That's old guy. Old guy says that. Well, that's when I bought it. Right. What do you want?
Yeah, same. Stella.
Yes. And Joanna sent us a really cool link this morning that I checked out. Thanks, girl. That was awesome. Yep.
Yeah. Killer emails, Joanna. Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. It's the Bank of London, right?
World Be Free in the house. There she
Melissa.
is. There's Melissa. I was
Big show
just
on
saying,
you
Melissa,
today.
I was telling everybody, I know you missed it, but we are going to do a show with Kata on Wednesday night. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to do a show Wednesday morning on my normal channel, this channel. And I would like a link to that show in there. So send me that for that show. And what else? And I am sitting in for the great, and I will not fill his shoes entirely, the great Simon Says Crypto.
Yes.
Yes.
We love you, Simon.
Stacking Surfer, Alan. What was that question, Brent? Stacking Surfer, Alan. Anytime I spell your name wrong, it's because of the voice text and always spells your name. Yeah, that's right. My name is 2 L's, AN, but I don't give a damn. You can spell it 1 L, N, and I'll figure it out. So, because I can't spell. So why would I hold that against anyone else? Yeah. But it
TBB.
is an odd way.
Hit us up in Vegas. Hit us up. We're looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah. By the way, there's a lady, and I know many of you probably in the World Be Free just mentioned that I asked for Kata to be on the show with us. Amazing energy from this lady. I don't know what it is. I hear a lot of different YouTube channels, and I see a bunch of different content and comments and whatnot. There's an energy with that lady. I don't know her. I will get to know her at the show. She is staying in the same building. We plan on spending some great time together. That show again is Wednesday night, and I can't wait. I'm getting something from her that I don't get from a lot of people. By the way, I get the same thing from Simon. I get the same thing from my son, and I get the same thing from many of you out there in the same boat. But there's something about that lady, and I don't know what it is. I like it. I don't even know what her show's about. I've never even seen her show. I've heard bits and pieces of what she's done on Dip a Toe, but every time I hear her speak, I'm like, whoa, there it is. There's that energy again. So
Nice.
really cool. I like high energy vibes from people, obviously.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm way behind on the comments.
So many good ones. Peaky asked, do you think companies can write off XRP purchases at higher prices as a business expense?
Write them off as a business expense. Yeah, that makes sense in the long term.
That does make sense.
It will certainly have to be a lot more mainstream, if you want to say that. I think it's going to be quite a while before the IRS catches up to that intelligence level. Sorry, did I say that out loud? Oops.
Oops.
Is this a live show?
Can we turn this off and edit that out?
I don't know how many of you guys watched Brad Kime's show. Okay, I'm sure almost all of you. I was watching a show he did the other day, and I did spit my coffee out on this one. And he was talking about Solana, and I probably shouldn't even be saying it here because he was ashamed of when he said it. But he said, yeah, Solana goes down more often than my ex-girlfriend. And I went, what the hell did he just say live on that show? I'm like, I can't believe he just said that. And then he starts like, well, maybe I shouldn't have said that about, she's a really nice girl. And, I miss her. And I was just like, he was backpedaling on a live show and I was
Backtrack.
laughing. Yeah. Like, you can't take that back, Brad. It's a little late. Yeah. It was hilarious if you saw it live. Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Did anyone else see that? That was too much.
Okay,
Yes.
let's everybody chew on this one. OG's asked us this twice now, and I wasn't sure what you were referring to initially, brother, because my father and I like to ramble on from time to time.
No.
But it's an interesting one to think about. What's the first thing that makes you think about Dad?
What's something that I can't hardly read that.
What's something that happened to you that you can't explain, like divine intervention? Ooh,
my brother, that's a long show. How do I put this? On a how do I put this, Brent? On a metaphysical level, how about that term?
Mm-hmm.
I have experienced life-changing events since about the age of 18 that are undeniable. Many of you that probably already know this, but I put it in my Patreon, so it's pretty public. By the side of a lake there's no other term to use than faith healed. I was laid up big time. Casts, broken collarbones, legs, all of it. Shattered human being at the age of 18. And a man laid his hands on me, and there was a great deal of heat, and it went through my entire body. And the following morning, I was doing jumping jacks. I was perfectly normal the following morning. So let's just start there. And let's remember, all the way up to the age of 18, you've never met a bigger heathen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, right. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, basically, growing up on a beach with long hair and didn't even know the meaning of God, had never stepped in a church or anything else. So
traded one of my favorites, Dad, traded a baggie for Zeppelin tickets so you could go 2 nights in a row. That's solid.
At the age of 14. Yeah. But yeah. So after something like that happens to you, there's no more denying it. you don't go, oh, that stuff's not real. I don't care what anybody tells you. Don't listen to those people. Well, when that occurs in your life, I don't have to prove it to anybody. That's up for you to find truth in your life, but I know what happened with me.
And between the two of us, I mean, y'all can talk to us about this anytime. We talk about it on Patreon. We've got a dozen events like that have happened to either one of us or people that we are very close to that is unexplainable. We can't, you can't explain it. You just come to appreciate it. And then I think through all of that, my dad and I became the people who seeked out other healers, and that, not just healing a broken collarbone, but trying to directly connect to whatever it is that we're all linked by. What are our light and energy actually, where it all links together. So I'm coming back from the seminar in New York, and I can't explain it, but it was like Bill Murray in Caddyshack, where he was walking the bags for the Dalai Lama, and when you die on your deathbed, you'll receive total consciousness. And I was I made my way. I was driving across the U.S. and best road trip. Well, one of the best. The best are always with my dad, but I get to the Badlands and I bought this that day, and it's just an absolute it's so funny. I put it up on the on my windowsill here so I could show it to everybody too. And of course, this comes up, OG. So thank you. That's how I felt. I actually felt spiritually connected to everything and healed in any way that a person can be healed. Like I felt such a joy and freedom in my life in a particular day that whenever I get down about stuff or whenever I go through lulls, and I do with the best of them, I will always be chasing that in my life now, like being that person on that day, living in
That's right.
this complicated game and world, and us trying to accomplish things and do good things. And
Yeah.
I'm so thankful to have somebody
Yeah.
like my dad who I can literally talk about anything like that too. And so even the parents and family and friends that I have, it's unexplainable the amount of love and acceptance that I have been given in my life. And I
You
know
earned it.
that's why I have a good heart. It wasn't just at birth. I really love people and this world, and animals, the whole thing. Like I'm not some super hippie, it's through
Yeah.
a divine intervention of a series of events in this journey. Um,
Yeah. That's right.
I have great peace. I like my dad. I don't fear death. I think it's another journey. It's another step, and we are all connected,
Oh yeah.
and it's
And
beautiful.
the beautiful thing is it's for everybody to have their own experience, you know. It's not for me to necessarily even share all of my experiences with all of you. They're near and dear to me, but they don't necessarily, even if you write them in a book, it's like, well, that's what happened to that author, right?
Right.
It's for you to have your own. And by the way, we all know this. I hope most of us know this. The beautiful and the greatness of who you are on a spiritual level is between you and God or whatever it is you believe in. That's between you, and you can be as great or as big and as massive as you would like to be in all level of life, not just financial or spiritual, like all level.
Mm-hmm.
You have that ability. It's so cool. It's a great question. Thanks,
Yeah.
OG. Yeah, yeah. Uh, let's.
Oh, we real quick. We got asked again about dates, kind of what the plan is. So we did post all that.
Wait a minute. What is that? What is the P word you just used? I don't
There's
comprehend
really
the
no
word
plan. It's never a plan,
plan.
really.
I
It's
don't
just we think we're
plan.
gonna be doing this big party 7 o'clock to midnight on Thursday. We hope you'll all attend. Um,
Yes. If you're
Friday
in
and
Vegas,
Saturday, we're
be
gonna
there.
make an appearance at the show. We'll be there,
Yeah.
and we'll be bouncing up, doing this documentary with Ron. Um,
Right.
at the MGM, and so we're going to be around the MGM a lot. We're going to be across the street at our hotel a lot, and
Yeah.
we're going to be hanging out with all of you a lot, and making videos for all of you that aren't here or there
Yeah.
with us. So that's the plan.
Right. Oh,
Um,
and if you want to find out what the location is, you're going to have to RSVP us because this old guy pulled a bonehead maneuver and put the address out public to the whole world. Please RSVP. So that, well, the way I figured is like, well, how many people are going to go to Vegas just to crash our party? Like, nobody's going to do that. But anyway, I'm glad that we sorted that out, and it was my bonehead move. But please RSVP. That way we know how many people are going to be there roughly. You know, so yeah.
Becky mentioned live stream the party. Well,
Uh,
perhaps.
We could make that happen, Becky. I'm sure to some degree. Yeah, to some degree. Every time I've ever heard that happen, the audio is just horrible.
Yeah.
It is, so it's really not watchable.
We're definitely gonna get footage, and that'll be in a video for sure.
We're gonna make the plan, if Ron will have us. We're gonna make a bunch of different videos, and we're gonna present them over time. It's not just gonna be, hey guys, we're at Vegas having a good time without you. It's gonna be a lot of stuff that gets shot at Vegas that will be released over time. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. So
this is how Sean and I ended our conversation last night, everybody. This is it.
Yeah.
You are only the underdog until you become the favorite. Be that favorite. Don't be the pawn in their game anymore.
Yeah.
Be the player. And you all are. I mean, we know you are. We're excited. We're more excited than ever about the channel because of what you are. Like, we're doing this together.
Yeah. But
we are.
Yeah.
We are all
be the ball.
This thing.
Be the ball, Danny.
Be the ball, Danny. You're not being the ball, Danny. Is this Russia?
Yeah. No more movie quotes. Old guy joke. Old guy jokes. Let's see. What do we got in here? Do you think TikTok can move to XRPL and avoid the ban from the U.S. government? It's twice you've asked that question. I'm sorry, I don't quite understand the question, but I don't think they're going to have to avoid the ban from USA. I really don't. They won fair and square in court. Well, still winning fair and square in the court. And when it's completely settled, my attorney wife's probably watching this, right? No, they didn't want anything yet. You have to make sure it's all settled. But they won a lot. Yeah. So when it's all completely done and settled, they're not going to be banned in the US. Not that I know of. Like, I mean, I know that 95% of all their connections, Brad just said last week, is outside of the US, but that's only because of the mess that's what we call our leadership over the last decade, who can't either comprehend or is clearly trying to stop crypto from advancing. One of the two. They're either stupid or doing it intentionally. So you pick which one. That is going to go away. The genie's out of the bottle. They're not going to stop it. They're going to find a way to profit from it, and they're going to join in and then act like we liked it all along. That's how it all works. Yeah. Yeah, the original Caddyshack could be the greatest movie of all time, let alone comedy. Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's, yeah.
We love our comedy around here.
Yeah. If you don't, one of my favorite quotes I ever heard a very famous person say was, if you date a girl and you take her on a date, within the first couple of dates, get her to your place and put in the movie Big Lebowski. Mm-hmm. And if she thinks the movie is stupid, never call her back. I was like, that's probably a good indication of somebody who could, yeah.
And ladies, if you bring the guy back to your house and he doesn't like it, just file for the restraining order against him immediately and put as much distance between yourself and that individual as you can.
Yeah, he is probably portraying himself as a male.
He is not to be trusted.
Right, of some degree. Yeah.
Oh, Keith, that's so sad. That's like our favorite movie, man.
Oh, dude, Captain Ron? Yeah.
Captain Ron
No,
is it.
if you're into boating,
Shit.
Captain Ron is classic.
Yeah.
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 The,
It's
the,
perfect.
the, I know there's so many great scenes in that movie, but when Martin Short comes up from down below and he's got his coffee cup in his hand, and he's waking up in the morning, and Captain Ron is shackling his son to the anchor, and he's going to throw the kid overboard, shackled to the anchor, and he's
Or
and
no,
he's telling
he duct taped bricks to his feet.
duct tape picks. Like, he's like, now Swab, when you get down there,
Just give the line a tug.
that's just classic. Yeah, yeah,
So good.
yeah. Gorilla, not
Yeah.
gorilla. Right,
Huge
right.
difference.
Yeah. That's why I call Brent Swab. Is that movie?
Yep.
There it is.
My one of my favorite lines of all time. You're the captain now.
You're
You're
Yeah.
the captain now. I mean, that's that's what my dad can't wait to say to all of you.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna be when when we're all kicking butt and we're hanging out somewhere together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the captain now. You're the
Or they're
plan.
they're in the middle of that storm, right? And
Mhm.
Martin's like, everybody be quiet. Captain Ron has something very important to tell us all. Okay, Captain Ron, what is it? Well, I know we're there because I put in just enough fuel to get to the island, and we've just run out of fuel. I'm sorry, that's perfect. That's like a boater clearly wrote that movie to some degree.
Yeah.
I also want to say that Kurt Russell is so underappreciated. So many brilliant movies that man has made that he doesn't get credit for, and
Yeah.
incredible how he becomes the role like better than almost any other actor I know. Like honestly, he becomes that spirit of who that person is, the character. He doesn't play the same character in every movie like so many actors do. He becomes that guy. So good. Yeah.
Yeah. The Thing is arguably, others have come along, but The Thing at the time was the most advanced
Yeah.
set costume monster design of all time. Isolation sci-fi movie, which is my
Yeah.
jam.
Yeah.
And then I would argue that one of the greatest underappreciated comedies of all time is Big Trouble in Little China. If you
Oh,
haven't seen Big Trouble in
so
Little China,
good.
it is
So
so
good.
good. It's perfect.
And Joanna put Tombstone and Tombstone. Come on.
Dad,
Yeah.
I finally
Perfect.
saw Wyatt Earp. I sat through all
What?
3 hours of Wyatt Earp. I'm a Costner guy, and I'd never seen Wyatt Earp, and it was so good.
So good.
So good.
Yeah. Here's okay, back to XRP. Vincent Johnson. This is one I got a lot yesterday after my video. Thanks for your insight, crypto market guys. After XRP becomes stable coin, that's the problem right there, that line right there. After XRP becomes stable coin, no, two different entities. One is stable coin, XRP, or XRP is a coin, its own blockchain. Okay, it's a layer one, right? Ripple, a corporation, is going to create a stable coin.
Yes.
They didn't even create XRP. Let's remember that. They adopted XRP. Okay. Ripple, as a corporate group, entity, organization, a board member, is going to create a stable coin. just like Bank of America's going to do, just like everybody's going to do. They're going to create their own stablecoin. So that's the problem with your question. They're two totally different things. XRP is not a stablecoin. No, it's a overseas transmitter, if you will, of wealth, of monetary value from point A to point B. It's a bridge. It's a railroad track. It's not the Bitcoin at this end, and it's the Bitcoin. It becomes the XRP, and then it becomes the British pound at the other end. At the both ends of that, by the way, it could be a stable coin goes into a Bitcoin. The Bitcoin goes into an XRP, and XRP becomes a pound at the other end, and the pound can be put into a stable coin. But none of those are all the same thing. I don't know if I explained that very well, but probably just confused you. I just confused myself, so yeah. Good luck with that.
The guys are saying XRP may facilitate the stable coin, or am I way off the mark?
No.
I'm just trying to visualize. Like I was running this by Dad today. Is their stable coin? I mean, it's awesome potential. It's going to bring a lot of liquidity and movement to XRP Ledger, because of who it is and the name, of course. But then a stable coin is a transition point. We want to own the Cowboys.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't need to own the stable coin.
Yeah. Hey, Jack Pierce, I'm with you, brother. I'm trying to get my head around it. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that those of you who saw my interview with Zach Rector 2 years ago now, gosh, is that right? Year and a half, 2 years ago now. That's what we were talking about in that video. One day, stable coins will be money. They'll be what we entered. They'll be the replication of a US dollar. That's why, in my opinion, I think CBDCs will not succeed. I think what will happen is the Federal Reserve, will create their own stable coin. In particular, because it makes more sense. It's more of a globally accepted use, and it doesn't have the stigma that a USDC has.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The CBD. That's not right. We know what a CBD is.
Yeah.
The CBD is what the other guy was talking about with 420. Sorry, I confused that.
Becky wrote
Not
this.
That I know what those are.
No.
Yeah.
I almost have. And thanks for writing this again, Becky. Any idea when you think we will be able to take a loan out and use XRP for collateral? My initial thought, Dad, is trying to grow the old way of, expand out of the way we've done things. How can we do it personally? Can we get to a place where we're going to be talking about, trying to create ourselves as our own bank, essentially. We loan out. We're the fortress. We're the stronghold. You want to pay us this, and we'll loan you this. But I think, to get back to the question, I want to know your thoughts too, Dad, on the other side of that, as far as maybe a different institution or.
That's right.
What do you think, man?
Well, I actually, believe it or not, I have an expert on this exact category, this question. And I'm planning on interviewing him probably after Vegas. But yes, there will be a way. Definitely the best way going forward, okay, if you're an American, which I know Becky is, will be if and when, more like when, XRP becomes a ETF. And then what'll happen is you'll be able to buy an ETF on Fidelity, and then you'll be able to do it completely above board and legitimate in that sense. The downside of that is I don't recommend anybody put their XRP into an ETF unless they go in time instead of cash settled, which is currently what Wall Street has chosen for the United States for ETFs. I don't believe that's the way you should go. However, that day and immediately upon that happening, you're going to be able to do that through Fidelity in particular. Okay, so that would be one way. We have, I was telling you this morning about Jeff Brent, an old friend of this channel, and that's really his specialty, is how to borrow against your crypto. And that's really what he's worked on for years, and he's very good at it. And my battery is about to die, so I'm going to make everybody seasick swinging this thing over here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to talking to Jeff again. Jeff is a Litecoin leader. I'm sure a lot of you know. And yeah, that's. I'm glad we all have those little areas that we can look into like that. You know, actually going out and getting a loan is something that I need to study and research on all this. You know, I haven't really had that need in the last decade to even use such a instrument, and so, but understanding it for all of us, because yeah, we got to know the pluses, we got to know the minuses, and yeah, I'm gonna mimic that, Dad. It's you know, do you want it in an ETF? And the overwhelming, you know, yeah, depending if you've got to lock your 401k into something, or you know, something like that. But I mean, ever since day one with it, when I got down and dirty on ETFs, it just feels like a no. You know, these are my coins, man. These are my tokens.
Yeah.
Ownership of this thing is the good long game.
That's right.
That's what I feel,
Jurgen A had a question, and it's really one of my hot buttons.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
We love you, Jurgen.
Yeah. I know Lynette Zhang is going to be in Las Vegas. She sells gold and silver for a living. She's selling her book. I don't have anything to sell you people. She does. So I really want you to understand, in particular with crypto people, right? Crypto channels. I don't make a dime when you buy an XRP coin. She makes a lot of money off selling silver and gold. So yes, she is clearly going to tell you that Bitcoin is a Trojan horse and run for the hills. Remember, I heard her tell me, convince me, almost 20 years ago now, right? No, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, the woman was telling me, take your money and buy gold and silver. Had I taken that $20,000 that I put into gold or silver back then, okay, which I was fortunate enough to have that kind of money at that time. I believed in silver. I'm not trying to say it was a bad investment. The damn thing hasn't moved. I'd be a multi-millionaire had I put 20 grand into Bitcoin 10 years ago. A multi-millionaire. Now, does that mean that that's going to be the future? We don't know that, right? Are you going to become a multimillionaire off silver? I don't think so. I mean, maybe it's going to go up, but it's never competed with crypto as far as going up in value. So her track record of success is absolutely abysmal. Abysmal. Just look it up. And look at her videos from 10 years ago telling you that Bitcoin's going to crash. It's nothing but vapor. She sounds just like what's his face, the old guy who's probably my age, whatever his name is, who he sells gold and silver. They make money when you buy gold and silver. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. I love the question, Jurgen, because philosophically, we can see it. You could definitely make ties and connections to a Trojan horse like outcome.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin works, and I've used it. I've bought it and sold it and traded it. And so I think to the end, it's is there an advantage at the end of it to rug pull it? I think a more plausible outcome is that it just eventually down the road, somehow somebody comes up with 51% of it. Like that to me
That's
is
right.
a potential outcome.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes back into the sponge theory, like the potential creation of it. Let's, dig in deep and say, some 3-letter agency, came up with it, to maybe get themselves out of hot water down the line and stoke up ones and zeros. Well, it's very useful for that. And so to just get us to shake down a bunch of our money, that's where it's like blockchain's out of the bag. And we've, as people and individual private companies, have created blockchains that I think far like huge advances on what Bitcoin is. And Bitcoin is innovated too. My dad reminds me of that a lot, how that community is growing and what they're doing with it. But it's, we're just going to keep creating bigger and better. Blockchain technology is out of the bag.
Yeah.
Humans know how to do it now, so we're just going to make it better and crazier and more efficient. To backdoor and to pull the rug on Bitcoin, and it'd be a couple black eyes for a while, to the whole ecosystem maybe, but even that, it's like I think we all recover.
Yeah,
I think it's things a lot bigger than even Bitcoin now. Much bigger, especially the way we all talk about what's going on with XRP and other projects. It's way bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I ain't scared of that.
No. Alchemist keeps pointing out something that maybe he has or maybe he hasn't tried to put on an event. I am. And I will tell you something. Brad Kimes is not getting rich off of this show. If you think that he's making money off that show, you've never put a show on in Vegas. I went to the Silver Symposium in June. Brent and I did. Mm-hmm. And I know the guy that put the show on, he lost 10 grand. He lost $10,000. The building, the unions, they won't even pick up a piece of paper off the floor without paying union fees in that town. That town exists solely. You think it's off gambling? Their unions control everything. You need a server for this. You need an electrician for that. You need a sound man. It's like Hollywood. There's so much regulation and taxation that goes on. When he got the final bill of renting that building and just putting on a 3-day show, he was broke. If you think Brad's making money, okay. I mean, a few of those tickets are overpriced. I would say, yeah, but those are going to donation. So anyway, yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I not only do I think so, Alspond, Alchemist, both of you, I know so. I know people that put on shows, and that's why. How many people start off in Vegas and then they take it somewhere else? A lot. A lot of people do. And the old school idea was, well, we like to put it in Vegas because people like to go there. They can bring their friends and their family, and it's a kind of a cool place to go. But the airfare is cheap. You can always fly to Vegas cheaply. That's the only cheap thing. Vegas used to be cheap. I know
Yeah.
I'm showing my age, but Vegas used to be cheap. Brent, we were paying what, $20 for a beer?
Oh yeah. Last 2 times I've been,
$20 a freaking beer.
it's like tripled. It's
Yeah,
tripled in a decade.
like I don't know why he has it there. To be honest, I'm like, he's not making any money on it. He can't. So anyway,
Because it's fun.
yeah, it's a cool place.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but once a year is plenty for me. But it's funny. I've sent him like 5 emails in the last 2 months, and he just today responded. That's how freaking busy he is with that show. Like, you have no idea the time and effort that goes into that. It's insane. What's Peaky on about?
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a great point. I got no problem with somebody being compensated. That's such a good point, Dad. Yeah, it's like putting on events. My cousin puts on events. Like my cousin represents 311 and some other bands, and talk to them about putting on shows. Like, yeah, you make money, but you got to spend a lot. It costs a lot. Um,
You got to sell a lot of $20 beers.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Point guard's putting on a show at his local Hampton. Nice.
Yeah, Sean, he did finally get back with me today. All good, by the way. All good. It was nothing. Anyway. Yeah.
Dad, Joanna wanted me to ask you like something you're really looking forward to about Vegas.
Me?
Yeah, maybe just for you personally, like something specific.
My favorite part about Vegas is instead of like everybody that watches my shows, right? They get to kind of know who I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve, my life on my sleeve. You guys know who my wife is, my farm, my son, like that. I put it out there because, what's to hide really? I'm not a kind of person where you can look me up on the internet and, I have a bunch of troubled past, but like, I don't get to meet anybody. I don't get to see you guys. You get to know me, but I don't get to know you. And the comments are cool. Don't get me wrong. And I read all of them, but I want to meet people. If I could do my show on a stage in front of 100 people every week, I would. That's what I would do. I wouldn't put it on YouTube. I'd do it in front of people so that after I was done, I could sit around and mingle with everybody and talk about what we know and what we've learned and what do we know about XRP or crypto? Where's life going for you? And what have you experienced? Like, I don't get that. I don't get what your experience in life has been. And as Brent knows, I live in a very remote place. So, yeah. What are you looking forward to, Brent?
Yeah. Who are you? What do you eat for breakfast?
Right.
I'm looking forward to the individual conversations with everyone and how that's going to give us momentum and juice for this channel. And for, even coming back home, and researching and practical woo-woo. Like my dad did a video on Stronghold. I want to say it was like 7 months ago, 8 months ago now. I think it still holds up. It's one of our best videos. And I'd say go check that out. I'm not sure we can improve on that one. But yeah, definitely check out Stronghold. It's the personal with me too. I've kind of, through different jobs, I've kind of isolated myself, and like I'm single and live alone, but I have like as big a heart as anybody I know, and I just love on my friends and family all day, and like and to be able to get to be with people like you, and you just hear about what makes you tick and what you enjoy is my favorite things to do is to be around people. So winning is what, like, Sean and I
Yeah.
might have written in Sharpie on our foreheads when we're there. It's just I win. I win.
Yeah, that's right.
The whole thing is winning to us.
Yeah. You have to remember, when I listen to my videos, it's me. You guys get to listen to some guy, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like I have to listen to other people's channels and other people's material. So, yeah. Um, but yeah, people are the key to this whole thing. And that's another thing I want to talk about the show as well, or the Vegas thing. What you guys are paying for when you get that ticket isn't the people up on the stage. I know that's what you think. What you're really paying for is the time that we spend when the show isn't on, because you get to mingle with people just like you. This is your people, man. These are your. I highly encourage you find a way to get to Vegas next year, and don't pay Brad's prices. Just don't. I know I'm probably pissing Mr. Kynes off at this point, Kymes, but like I'm honest about this. All the time after the show and before the show and all the meetups and everything is the quality of the whole thing. That's it. That you get, instead of boring you and your family to death, who's sick and tired of you talking about all the stuff that you talk about or that you get to listen to with our channels, you get to talk with the people, hundreds of people that have maybe just some little twist that you haven't heard on a different show or something else. And there are people that feel the same way you do about life. And I sit around and I watch the room, and the whole room is exchanging phone numbers and communications and emails with each other, so that when they get done with the show and they go back to their homes, they have somebody to chat with. Like, it's so key, guys, that like these are your people, man. Like, if you're into hot rods, you go to hot rod shows, right?
Yeah.
If you like whatever, if you're into guns, you go to gun shows. Why? Because they're into what you're into. So yeah, the content, I have to tell you, the content on the stage is good, but it's in videos. Like, you can get that anywhere, right? You don't need to fly to Vegas to get most of that. It's the content that you get when the show isn't happening with other people that is rewarding to me. Yeah. Sean, I would have never met Sean, and Sean and I communicate, I don't know, weekly at least, it seems. I've been kind of busy lately, but yeah.
Yeah, I've become friends with, Sean and Landon, and just through my dad meeting them last year.
Ross
To them on
and his wife,
my
Becca. Yeah.
You'll meet your new best friends at this kind
You
of
will.
thing. That's why
You
you go.
will. Yeah.
Dad Peaky asked us, have you ever heard of Chadwick Yachts? I work with Jamie Chadwick on the Great Lakes. He was out there just doing change of pace. He invited me out to North Carolina to hang out, see his work. Incredible craftsman.
Yeah.
We were just talking about the joy of working on boats this morning.
Yeah. Right.
Break out another 10,000. Well, I mean, we're yacht nerds. Like, I buy this magazine that's called, it's the only magazine that I will purchase now. Besides, I still buy Bitcoin magazine here and there. Because I like that they bring in other writers and different viewing opinions, and they get a little radical. It's fun. But we get one called Boat, and Boat is this gorgeous coffee table book about yachts, and you get to
Yeah.
see the development um, of it, and it's just amazing. Like when you love boats and you love the sea, it's so cool. They're so beautiful. Just don't go down into the bilge and or the engine room. And your opinion of boats is just gonna stay right here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Slave. That Stronghold video. Yeah, I just sort of I was so interested in Stronghold as a coin and a company and where their bright future is. I just have to say to who was that? What was her name? Brent. She asked a question about Stronghold. It's a long-term hold, guys.
Practical woo woo is her
Oh,
name. A
should have
fine
remembered her from
fine
last week.
title. A
Yeah,
fine name it is.
yeah. XRP Slave, you don't have to spend 20,000 XRP to get there. No, that's yeah. Practical woo. So Stronghold, it's just kind of I just put the video together. It's not a whiteboard in detail. It's just kind of my opinion of the company, where it's going, what it's doing. It is a long-term hold. No pun in the hold part there, but it's very it's connected to what's happening, but it has absolutely no depth of monetary pool to it. That both Melissa and Sean Simon did a great show on, and the depth of the financial backing behind it is very limited. So to get in and out, even though you've made 10 times your money, is very tricky. So it's a long-term hold. It really is, and it's not meant to change the world. The coin is not going to change the world. It is going to be part of a group of coins that is going to be big players in the future going forward. So for me, in a lot of sense, it's a lot like XDC as far as investment term. It has a big, bright future, but the payback, I'm a little older probably than you are, so the payback is a decade, not 2 years or 5 years. It's a decade out. And I could be totally wrong about that. That's just my perception of it. Yeah. Sarah, that a girl. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for all the info, and I need more research. I love some lobster, but I'm still unsure that. Yeah, I've seen it around it. Unfortunately, I got a bad taste in my mouth about the whole lobster deal. They blew up our chat. You remember that, Brent?
Mm-hmm.
They blew our chat. Some bot was blowing up our chat with that coin, and I was just like, I'm out, man. No, I couldn't hardly erase them fast enough. So that kind of left me with a bad taste.
Yeah, there was a crypto channel. I don't remember the name. I would never say it on here, but that did a short video and then blew up our chat with like this crazy BS coin link to it. And I was like, I was slightly perturbed, everyone. Like,
yeah,
I usually stay pretty even keel, but please, please, our chat is reserved for these fine people, not your
right.
BS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever see a post that's mine and it says donate to Alan's retirement fund, it's not me. No. It's not who I am. No. Like if anything says give money to the crew or come listen to this presentation we have or something like that, no, it's not us. Don't go there.
No.
It won't be in the comments below any one of my videos. It'll be more like on, I don't know, X, or it'll be somewhere on our website. It'll be somewhere where you'll clearly know it was us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what else we got in there, Brent?
It's slightly perturbed. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's free. If it's free, it's fake. Yeah, good call, Sean. Bots being used for nefarious activities?
That's
No.
impossible.
Greg, what's going on? Good to see you.
R. Morgan, yes, Exodus wallet is safe.
Is it worth it to acquire Ripple pre-IPO?
If you have the funds, I think it's a great investment if you have the money. That company is clearly going places. They have now more than one product, right? They have multiple products out now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what's that company they bought? The German one, the Medico, whatever it is. Just that purchase alone is going to put them on the map. Yeah. It's huge, guys. That company's going places. They're hiring. The economy isn't great, and they're still hiring around the world. What about MetaMask? Yeah, I don't use it. I don't know. I can't speak for it.
I have used it. I took a training course on it at school. It's good. It was good for its time. It helped us make transactions and movement. Um, so good tool. Good tool. There's a lot of different websites, a lot of different exchanges, depending on what blockchain you're working on, where you still do need to use it. I think the last time I used it was transferring to my Avalanche wallet. And so good tool. But I'm excited to see others like it develop. That's a really good one. We're gonna deep dive.
XRP slave. Sorry, man, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm just saying, like, some people have the understanding that, like, I want to live and experience life rather than spend every dime I have on XRP. That's all I'm saying, right? If you equate everything in life as, well, instead of buying this meal, I could have got XRP. Well, then you're going to end up with a lot of XRP, but you didn't get to enjoy the meal or life along the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I love you, brother. You know that.
Yeah,
And
I think
know
a lot of us I considered not going, for financial reasons,
Yeah,
So
for monetary. Well, I can tell you guys, I am not going to the big events. I'm only going to the basic show. I'm not going to the big fancy big wig guy because I run a charity, right? I run a nonprofit charity, and I looked at the $2,400 ticket for this, thing, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, that's a third of my operating budget for the nonprofit that I run with my wife. Like, why would I'm not doing that. There's nothing to be gained there. So yeah, figure out what you want. I'm just saying, if you like Vegas and you want to go to Vegas, you should go there that week, because you would hang out with hundreds of people just walking up and down the street with an X shirt on. You just walk up to them, hey dude, how's it going, man? Where are you from? What are you doing? I'm talking about outside of the show, just mingling, owning the town, if you will. You're going to see people with XRP hats on everywhere. And it's just it's a good time to be there if you ever want to go to Vegas. Yeah.
Yes, MetaMask is a wallet. Great point, Whitney.
Yeah. Yeah. Joanna, great comment. Yeah. Exodus, I want to say I even said this in a video, but Exodus came out by an independent Swiss company, I believe, who did an independent study, and it ranked #1 in crypto for ease of use case, and security. It was #1. So whatever that's worth to you. What else we got in there?
See what else we got on the docket here.
BHF in the house. Yes, I do watch Waters Above. I used to. I was kind of into it there for a while. Yeah. Sean's clearly been drinking at the beach for a while, but yeah, that would get some attention, especially if you like painted XRP on your chest. Yeah, with your birthday suit on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With the pants.
We had a question about how you get the hats. If you like the crew hat or any of that stuff, we're gonna have Joanna made us some really cool Vegas shirts.
Yeah, we're gonna wear those.
Merch you can find on our website or the stablecrew.info.
Yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Right.
You know, if you're into it.
And trust me, I know everything on there is expensive. We don't make any money from that stuff, guys. We just figure some of you want to wear it or somebody want to own it. And, there's no profit on our end. So, like, literally none.
There's
been news about China going live with the RTGS.
Great question.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, but that's what's happening. That's what I know. But I haven't heard anything. No. What else we got in there, Brent? Wow, we're coming up on 2 hours. Holy smokes! I got to get back to work. Like Kings exchange it. It doesn't crash like Coinbase when everything's going up. Yeah. Coinbase is not where you want to have your coins, guys. Please don't leave your coins on an exchange.
Yeah, and Slave's talking about crypto.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even have them there. But anyway. If you can afford it, I really like Caleb and Brown. They're guaranteed. And not only are they guaranteed, they are insured. If you were to lose your coins, they are insured by Lloyd's of London. Dollar to dollar. I don't know that you would get your coin back, but I can look into that. Yeah.
We've had a lot of Tether talk in the chat, Dad. Like we heard that they just acquired a lot of Bitcoin, which to me is plus because you're trying to back something that clearly didn't have the proper amount of backing. That's always will be my issue with Tether until they secure that up. Like you gotta back that. Otherwise, we've got a fail point in our trades and exchanges transitioning.
Yeah. Brett. Yeah, cool. Brett Dunn got one of our teas. Cool.
Thanks, Brett.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, we're rich now. Oh, wait a minute. We said we didn't make any money off this.
Right.
Hoosier proud. Is Kraken Pro what? What is that?
Is Kraken Pro good? I use them. So far, so good. I haven't used them, but if anybody does in the chat, please let Hoosier know what you think.
Yeah, Sean. So you're he says that we're supposed to get our coins back from Caleb. But here's the thing: if Caleb crashed and lost all of their coins, they would have to buy them all back. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. But that's huge, guys. I know this sounds crazy, but that's almost better than owning your own private wallet, right? Like your own wallet you can screw up and lose it. It's big. It's really big, guys. What was Hoosier's question?
It was whoever thoughts and opinions on Kraken. Andre mentioned Kraken closed during the crash last week. Interesting.
I love let's see, the founder, Jesse, is the real deal. The guy that created that. I'm not going to say anything bad about the founder of Coinbase, but let me just say that I think he's really selling out lately. So Kraken's not, to my knowledge. And I know that if you're a libertarian, I know that is Jesse's deal. That's who he is to the core. So nice. That's what I know about Kraken. And he's going to do his best to do whatever he can for his people. But no, I don't use it. I don't know anything about Kraken Pro.
Alchemist, crypto runs on proof of rumor. Love it.
That's right. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah. Or selling to a bigger fool. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There you go.
What I was thinking of a Coinbase, I was talking to my dad about this like a month ago. Whoever you exchange with, and if you do leave your crypto on the exchange, no judgment. I've done that before. It's look at how much supply they have. Look at how much supply they have and plan accordingly with the cycles, price go way up, price going down, a lot of selling, are they going to have enough supply to get you back into something that you want? And I know that hasn't been a real huge issue up until now, but I think the issue will very quickly become, it will be upon us. We're already going to see it with Bitcoin. We're going to see it with Bitcoin in the next 2 years. Huge supply problem. Huge problem.
It's happening now.
Huge difference. Gorilla. Huge difference. We're gonna so getting in and out. If you are using exchanges that way, look into the supply and have your timing set up right.
That's right.
Yep. Big on having a plan, but maybe have a little bit of a plan.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole Faraday thing. Yeah, I'm down with it. I understand it. I get it. Again, I think you're better off with. Here's the thing. I want to say this, and I'm probably going to say this on Wednesday night show with Dipito, but she wanted me to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it here. Caleb and Brown, right, charges, if you don't know anybody, you don't have a direct link, okay, it's 5%. If you do have a link, it's 3.5, I believe, depending on which link you have. I know one that's 3, okay, 3% of every transaction, right? So everybody's, oh my God, that's expensive. That's ridiculous. I just want you to understand that you're paying that at Coinbase. You're paying that at Kraken. They have an exact number. I know that's not what you think, but the price in which you're being told and you're being sold at is padded to 3.5%. I guarantee you. I know that because I've been a Forex trader and Forex trading, and I'm not even talking about slippage of your trade, okay? In other words, oh, I had a stop or I had a trade market getting out at 940 and it slipped me to 938. That's slippage, market slippage. Okay, that's not even what I'm talking about. There's a built-in 3.5% period. Every exchange in Wall Street, all of them run on that margin. All of them, despite what they tell you. Okay. Like Robinhood, you say, oh, we're going to have free trades this month. That 3.5 is built into the damn price that you bought it at. That's just how it is, man. I'm just calling it what it is. So why not go with a full white glove service company, because you're paying the same number? That's just my 2 cents and my life experience. Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
Caleb and Brown's going to be at the show, right, Dad?
That is correct. Yeah. Yes.
We'll know what we talked to them about.
Yeah. Jake Claver, yes. Peaky, I know who Jake is. In fact, he invited me to Texas last year, and I will take him up on that this year. They will be at the show. And yes, they are a great way to hold your coins, buy coins, get your coins to work for you, and a way for, like Becky's question earlier, no, he's not coming this year. I'm pretty sure he is. Anyway, Melissa's saying he's not. That's odd because I just heard that he was, but okay. People change their minds, obviously. That whole thing is a way for that whole process is to be determined, guys. All of that is in the works right now. All of that DeFi that's all being built right now is being sorted out. Hang in there. Like, you're really going to panic when XRP is 10 or 15, 20 bucks or $50. Then you're going to be in a situation, I want to make money off my coins. Right now is not really necessarily the time to do that unless you bought it back when I first heard about it, which was 0.002 of a penny, which I wish I had bought a few more back then, right?
Hey, Slave, who did you go through to get debit credit card? Which exchange? I was with crypto.com for a while and used their card, which was interesting. At the time I was really stoked on it, because in my mind, it was that logical transition. I'm hoping to see humanity catch up to where we're at. So we start acquiring all the assets. And how do we know how to transact with each other? With, cards. And so it's that logical stepping stone. And I'm really glad that the exchanges are offering that and doing that. And if you could put a lot of money into it and up front to qualify for better and better cards, there is some great percentage back on all of that. And you're going through and making purchases into crypto, which is, I think, so advantageous.
Yes, very much so.
Just to habitually to be involved in something like that. If you're going to use debit cards, credit cards, banking like we all do, I hope to see the exchanges do a good job of that.
Yeah.
In the future.
And somebody, I believe it was Melissa just mentioned, World Be Free, just mentioned about a lot of her friends use Caleb and Brown. I've known about Caleb and Brown for years. We've been with them for a while now. I highly recommend them. I don't make a dime from saying that. But it's the thing about them that I know is recently I was contacted by somebody in our space, if you will, who wanted to buy a ton of Bitcoin, a ton. And he said, hey, do you know anybody? I'm like, I don't play in that field. Have you checked with Caleb and Brown? And he's like, no, who are they? And about literally 48 hours later, I got a text saying, yep, they filled that order, no problem. And they encouraged me to take my Bitcoin out of their building. So, and I want to tell you that it was millions, multiple millions that he bought. So they have deep pockets and they have a deep pool. So take that for whatever it's worth. And that person had contacted like 5 other channels, he told me, of content providers. And I was the first guy that mentioned Caleb and Brown. I don't know why, but we think of them as just being retail, but they're over the counter is what they really are. They're not retail. Just to give you a little background, we're not supposed to be able to have, the public is not supposed to have accounts like their service. That's an over-the-counter exchange. So it's a privilege to have white glove, email, get a person on the phone service. It's very rare, in particular in crypto. Yeah. So that's my Caleb and Brown spiel for today.
Yeah, Joanna's big on that. Yeah, she's saying it's like check them out first.
Yeah. And no, Becky, you do not have to be. You only have to, I want to say your first trade has to be $2,000 or more. And then after that, I think everything has to be, I think they lowered it to 1,000 or 500. I can't remember. Yeah. My thoughts on Glint and Andy Sheckman. I absolutely love Andy Sheckman. I met him and his wife at the Silver Symposium, and I'm hoping to shake his hand again in Vegas. Great couple, amazing man, cool. Very cool, very honest people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Glint. Yes, I hear nothing but great things about Glint. I'm not a big fan of using my MasterCard or my credit card to spend gold. I don't know why I would do that.
Yeah,
I would just spend US dollars because gold means more to me than buying a Slurpee at 7-Eleven, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so yeah, he had a great point. We were talking about getting this card that maybe gives you 8% back, but yeah, you're getting what are you paying in tax? In your transactions.
Let's remember, guys, the future of credit cards. Okay, credit cards have been ripping us off for years, right? How is it even legal that they get to charge 20% on money they don't own? Just stop and wrap your mind around. A car dealership can't charge 20%. But yet, everybody in Congress is not forming a bill trying to say, you credit card people are ripping my citizens off. Why? Why do they never, ever go after the credit card companies? And let's remember, they're charging on top of the interest they're charging you, they're charging the retailer. They're ripping the retailer off for your purchase. Who do they, like, did they make the product that the retailer had to buy? No. Why are they getting a percentage? It's not fair. It's not correct. And I will tell you, it's going away. It's going away. The only advantage to a credit card company that they have left, that their only saving grace, is that if you think that you've purchased something incorrectly, you can have it, in legal terms, expunged. You can have it erased. No, Becky, you're right. They're not just donors to banks. They own them. They are the banks. They are the whole system. And I like to say this, that MasterCard does not have a vault. They don't have a bank with all the money in it. It backs every transaction that you and I have. And in fact, they don't even settle most of these transactions for up to 90 days. So that means they're earning interest and charging you interest. Think about this, guys. For 3 months before they even settled the transaction, that they're earning interest on you. Do you understand how criminal that might sound to somebody who's like, wait a minute, you didn't even have to give the fake digits that you printed out of air, but you've been charging somebody for 90 days already, 20%? You made 60% on a transaction you haven't even done yet. Hello? Like, is that even freaking legal? Oh, yeah. Like, when I paint it like that, you look at it, you go, oh my God, really? Well, yeah, look it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And why aren't and the politicians are clamoring about what? Sidewalks? I don't, making what? Like they get all wound up about virtually everything except for the thing that the poor man can't afford, which is all the interest on the things that he couldn't pay his bills for the month, so he had to put it on a credit card. And they're ripping those people the lowest of the low. And one of my favorite statements of all time, and a brilliant mind, and I don't know who said it first, but like, the only people who can get loans or borrow money are the people who don't need it. Just think
Yeah.
about that. It's like, it's sad,
Mhm.
that's our system. But that's going away because crypto is going to change all of that unless we allow too much regulation of our cryptos, right? I know we all think that we want to sleep better at night, having some regulations and whatnot. I get it. But all of those foot in the door and finger on the scale all adds up to exactly what we have now. Going forward, it's just with a damn token instead of a dollar bill.
Yeah.
It
Regulation
drives me crazy.
equals fees and taxes forever. More and more.
Yeah. Yeah.
All written into some
So,
bill that none of us can read in a week.
yeah, that's right.
No.
Yeah. Yes, Joanna, thank you. We will be teaching in our Patreon, helping people how to live your life, not only inside the banking system, but outside of the banking system going forward. And I'm so excited about all of that. And we're putting all together this whole Vegas thing, and everything's really kind of got us all stirred up. So really look for us to pull that off after we get back. We'll need a week or two of rest, if you know what I'm saying. But Vegas can creep up on a guy. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I really love what we have coming for all of you on that.
it's going to be so good, guys.
I'm really excited to get into all that.
And I have my wife 1,000,000% behind us all. I've got my son involved. I got Simon involved. I've got all the people behind the scenes with me, Joanna and We'll Be Free, and all of us are working and putting our heads together to put it together to make it as efficient and as educational as possible for everybody. And here's my promise to you: if we put you forward to do something financially, you'll have my personal number. You'll have my personal way of saying, Alan, this is not what I thought it was. I want answers. I'll be that guy. I'll own it because that's who I am. And I'm not going to do it any other way. I'm not going to just slough you off and bury you in some red tape and have some secretary from India, no offense, from India telling you in some broken English, what you did wrong. No, what happened? Explain to me why you're not happy. Okay, we'll fix that if we can. If it's a big blunder on your side, like you gave your seed phrase to somebody, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yep. John, I want to cover this. John Deaton is the real deal. I saw him interact with the entire people at the show last year. Everyone. He's not some guy that was in the backstage hanging out. He was out there with the people, talking to the people. And I thought at that time, a year ago, he'd make a great politician. Yes, we need more men like him or women like him to lead our nation. And is he going to be perfect? No. No, there is no perfect person out there, but he's as close as I could pick for a politician. Personally, I love the guy too much to see him become a politician. Let's put it to you like that.
Yeah.
Aim higher, dude. Aim higher. That ain't it.
Don't go
Yeah.
lizard on us, bro. Don't do that.
Because
What?
I'm a guy who does not believe politicians do anything for us, including honest ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crooked, man. Crooked.
Crooked from word go.
What I am seeing in real time with my beloved country, man, it's so crooked.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
You gotta stay positive. I gotta solutions. We're the players. This is
And
our game now.
this is some inside baseball for you guys, and I don't want to get too explicit with this comment, but I know it to be absolutely 1,000,000% true. If he gets elected and you start hearing or you start seeing things on the internet about him on a personal level, about him being anything other than a great human being, it's BS. And they will come after honest people like him in that town and that city in particular. And that's what they do. And they crush people. Okay. So I don't know the man personally. Sure, I met him, shook his hand. Hey, how you doing? Talked to his wife for 20 minutes. He has a beautiful little girl. Yeah, incredible. But I don't know the man. But I'm telling you what those people will try and do to somebody as honest as that, as I believe that man to be. So don't fall for it.
Nice.
Because that's how they play this game. Yeah.
We could use a good insider to fight off Warren. That would be nice. It'd be nice.
Elon might run. I haven't heard that. That's interesting.
What?
I want to love Elon. I really do. I'm a little. He didn't start off real good with me, but he's sort of, I don't know whether he's figured it all out or he's just getting better or I don't know. Yeah.
It seems like he's trying to be open and honest. And it's not in just your kind of typical CEO way of like, I got this really sick thing coming out that like y'all are just gonna be so pumped on, like it's just gonna be awesome. Like there is that, but he does so many other podcasts and talks, and um, he's so across the map that it's like it's nice to see people who are that connected and that involved, kind of divulging the big picture. And hopefully he did purchase X, aka Twitter, for the right reasons.
Hopefully.
A lot, yeah, hopefully, yeah. A lot of us, were really perturbed, about what happened to our voice in social media over the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
It was wild. Talk about the corruption. Talk about being slightly perturbed. It's wrong. It's wrong. There needs to be balance.
Yeah,
We are
that's
nature.
right.
And we need balance. You need people to argue on both sides.
Yeah. And there's a lot of comments, and I totally agree with them.
Yeah.
Do you trust your firstborn child with Elon Musk? Of course not. I mean, he's never. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying here.
Right.
What Brent and I are saying is it again. I don't think any of those people change you and I's life. Let's just fundamentally understand who Alan is. Washington does not affect my life. Period. I know you think they do. They tell you that they do. That whole circus is designed around telling you that they're in control of your life. They're not. Yeah. So in that sense, you're free to be you. And I know you got to pay taxes. I know all those things. I know everything you're about to say. What I'm about to say is if you ignore the ignorance of those people, you're more likely to have a better life. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. So whether he becomes God or not, I have no idea, but yeah, or whatever he wants to become.
When I think about Elon, Dad, I remember a quote. It's sometimes man's reach exceeds his grasp, and with some of these projects and some of these things, it's like, um, you can see the
Yeah.
positive, and then you can see some really big negatives too. It's like
Yeah.
maybe that's not the natural change and transition technologically that we would all like to see.
No.
Maybe it's
No.
not maybe it's not a super positive for the resources on the planet to go in some of those directions. Like there's so many different things, that Elon comes up with, and invests in that you're like, and to the comments, like, um, I, it's like any politician. Like I'm looking at what they're saying, for the truth and lies. Where are they trying to lead me in this conversation?
That's
And
right.
sometimes you need to reverse that and say like, okay, well they're showing me this, but they're telling me everything else. And so that's something I try to do with Elon. Um,
That's right.
what is he talking about? What's he looking at? And then how could that affect the market, technology, you know?
That's right. Yeah.
And if he does have insider information, what is he trying to feed us slowly, maybe? Hopefully he
Yeah.
has some intentions. I hope. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah. The the whole thing, like, you start getting caught up in it all, and then all you see is corruption everywhere, and then you forget what a flower smells like. You know what I mean? Like you have to find time, and you have to find time when you can find maybe the right people to help you make a difference in your community or your life. Truly, you should try to aspire to do those things. That's not what I'm saying. Check out completely. What I am saying is that those people don't make you happy. And knowing bad things about other people on the planet doesn't make you smart. Okay. It doesn't improve the happiness of your life. We all think it does, but trust me, I've been down a rabbit hole or five, okay, in the last 25 years of my life. And it didn't make me happy. And in fact, it made me very miserable. And I've learned that those people don't make my day happier or sad. I did. And it's it's a big lesson for all of us to learn, but we have to learn at our own pace, our own time. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And
Nailed,
also, I'd like to say this.
nailed it.
Yeah, I want to say this other thing that's really important, and a lot of people fall into this category. And I'm just going to say this because I saw Joanna wrote it up on the board. Don't trust Elon because he said this or once was this. Everybody changes. You don't know. Like, one of the things that really bothers me is when somebody says, oh, well, this president said this 5 years ago. Well, nothing's changed in your life in 5 years. I know you want to, oh, he's a liar because he said that then and now he says this now. That's a big trap to fall in, guys, because we all evolve. We all have a different perspective. What has changed since 5 years ago? Virtually everything. So he has a different point of view today than he did 5 years ago. Maybe he learned something. Maybe he thinks more like you do today. Maybe he's less corrupt. Maybe he figured out the people that he was following, he was, blindfolded by. Maybe he woke up out of bed and one day and said, wow, man, I had an epiphany, and what I was doing before was wrong, and I want to do it right this time, or the way that makes me happier today. You don't know what's in somebody's soul.
Yeah.
You just don't. So, yeah.
We sure do have a lot of hope for people, don't we, Dad?
I do. I do for man. I know mankind.
Too.
And mankind is blessed with one thing, and that is the wellness of this planet is not in jeopardy of man. Period. It's bigger than we are. This universe is way bigger than we are. And if you think that some government can ruin it, you're thinking small. Yeah, it's way bigger than that. The well-being of mankind is not in question. That's my opinion. And that's the one I live with. Yeah.
Yeah, I love this, Joanna. This is the smartest thing I've heard all week. What's at the bottom of the rabbit hole? A mirror. You create your own reality. That's what my dad and I are asking ourselves to do, and what we want to see you do. Um, they're going to throw
That's it.
taxes and the laws and problems at all of this. How do we avoid it? How do we outcreate it? How do we outthink it?
Yeah.
And I'm sure happy I have all of you to help me do that. I'm
Yeah.
very happy. Yeah,
That's
watch what they do, not what they say. It's true.
yeah. That's one of my favorite quotes.
Hmm.
I'm not sure who created that quote. Yeah. Anyway, it's one of my favorites. Let's see. All right, Brent, we've been doing this long enough. Holy smokes, 2.5 hours.
Yeah, still got 92. Thanks everybody. Thanks for being here. And
Wow, 92 and 2.5. Wow.
it's awesome.
Don't you people have homes?
Yeah. Golf
Yeah.
course. My dad and I have golfed our whole life. I think my favorite Caddyshack quote is "Hey, golf courses are the biggest waste of real estate. I'm gonna build a condo over here, condo over there, with plenty of parking."
Yeah.
Like, why Bushwood?
Yeah. Yeah.
The judge made that movie. Judge made the movie. I
Oh, the
mean,
judge. Yeah.
he was just
He's
gold.
brilliant. Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yeah. I've been making tater salad listening. Love me some This girl knows how to cook, man.
Yeah.
That's good old American food right there. Meatloaf and potato salad. Yes. I know it's not the best thing for us. We don't eat it every day. But when I do, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here with us, Background Sounds.
Yeah. RJ, Myrtle Beach. Have not golfed there. I've golfed Hilton Head. I was blessed. South Carolina. I've spent 9 months in Charleston. So right. Let's see, up the street, right from Myrtle, I believe. Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys.
Welcome in. We're about to get out.
Yeah, right.
We love you,
Yeah.
man. We love the professor in here. Peaky, so good to have you back. I couldn't be more tickled to have you back here with us.
Yes,
my brother.
Please comment in our videos too. We miss those. You brought the IQ and the humor level up always. We appreciate both of those. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Where can we buy Velo? Is that a bot?
Let me look.
No, I don't know. Some Christy, where can we buy Velo? It said. What? We bought a.
Often we'll look it up. We'll let you know next week.
You know, one thing I wanted to ask everybody, and you guys can think about it before next show. Brent and I are talking about, and other people in this chat, believe it or not, are looking into putting a meetup together. Say late summer, maybe fall, somewhere in there, somewhere in the U.S. Unfortunately, guys, sorry, but in the U.S. somewhere. And a couple of the areas that we're looking at was like, we wanted to be kind of central so more people could get there easily. But I'm thinking Texas, Florida, Tennessee. Yeah, right. That's kind of where we're kind of thinking. So either kind of put your thinking caps on, and I know you guys are going to say, you know, Sean's going to say Florida, obviously, but
Yeah, Joanna said Florida too. Well, we're going to end up in
yeah,
Florida at some point. We're
right,
Floridians ourselves.
right. Yeah, I lived in Florida for a while, and so Brent. So I lived in Florida a couple times now, actually. Yep.
I love that
Yeah.
state. I love it. But yeah,
Uh,
Dad brought up maybe Nashville would be fun.
Nashville.
Maybe a cool destination spot that's kind of good for our East Coasters.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to
I
pull that off.
even thought about Branson, Missouri, just because it's kind of in the middle and it's a bit of a tourist town. I was thinking about that, but yeah, any of those. Memphis is very cool. You can get some good barbecue. You can get some good music, whatever you're into. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what we do. We'll figure it out. Hang out, and what I could do is probably entice, I don't know, 3 or 4 other YouTube channel content providers to maybe have their Patreon group or their live chat group show up as well. So we could do something like that, and all of us could hang out in a park or barbecue. I know Becky's probably going to say Montana, and trust me, Montana is on my list.
Yeah.
For more than one reason, but the biggest reason is I can drive my camper there. That'd be awesome. So, all right, guys, that's plenty today, isn't it? God, 2.5 hours. Where'd the time go?
Thanks for being here with us, crew. Have a wonderful week. Stay awesome. Remember, you're the player, not the pawn. We're doing this thing.
That's right.
We're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, right. Nashville, Becky. I think so too. I think people would love to. If they haven't been there, they'd love to go. I haven't been there since I was a kid, so I don't even know.
It's so cool. It's cool how they built up downtown now. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, there's all kinds of cool ideas. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, World Be Free will go. I know that. She'll be there. Probably Simon. And probably Zach. Man, there's a bunch of them. So can't really name them all off right now. Yeah, Alice Pond, thanks for being in. All right, Brent, let's do this thing.
Love y'all. Have a good one.
An old man's bladder is only so big.